The arena smelled of blood and heat and old stone. Spectators filled the Colosseum tiers, watching the match below with cold anticipation. It was supposed to be a ceremonial duel, an aged female elder offering a blessing before a young Phrex warrior claimed his title in blood. But something had gone wrong. The Gladiator, massive and adorned with obsidian armor, had turned on the elder. Perhaps he'd snapped, or perhaps the rage of war training had devoured what little honor remained. He raised his war blade, and no one moved, not the nobles, not the guards, not even the 12 women in white who watched in the front row, daughters of different clans, powerful bloodlines, all bound to the same man by strange fate. But he moved. Before anyone could speak, the man in plain robe stepped forward onto blood-soaked sand. "Stop," he said. The crowd went quiet. The Gladiator turned. 7 feet of muscle, rage, and weapons, sneering at the smaller human. "You interrupt," the brute growled. "She insulted me. It is law. She dies." "Then the law is wrong," the man said. The Gladiator charged. They called him Aaron. Once a soldier, now little more than a wandering man with scars and a quiet voice. But in that moment, every scar burned with purpose. He met the charge head-on, sliding beneath the swing of the war blade, grabbing the old woman and rolling her away just in time. The blade struck stone where her skull had been. The crowd gasped. The Gladiator roared and turned to strike again. But this time Aaron moved faster. He grabbed a dropped chain, yanked it around the warrior's arm, and with the momentum to spin, flipped him over his shoulder. The Phrex hit the ground with a crash. Silence. Utter silence. Then the 12 women stood as one. Later, in the quiet courtyard of the clan high hall, Aaron sat drinking water, wiping blood from his arms. The elder woman rested nearby, untouched and silent. She hadn't spoken a word, only nodded once in thanks. The 12 wives approached, each of them powerful, trained, born of war and flame and political marriages. They knelt. Aaron stared. "What are you doing?" The first, Lyra, his oldest wife and first companion, spoke. "We have seen your heart. We saw how you rose when others watched. You always told us not to call you master," another added. "But now we choose it." "I didn't do it to be honored," Aaron said. "I did it because it was right, which is exactly why you are." Each of his wives had been given to him as offerings from defeated clans, trophies, some whispered, yet none of them had ever seen him as conqueror. He treated them as equals. He shared knowledge, listened, fought beside them. But this was different. This was the first time they had seen him face death, not for battle, not for gain, but for mercy. And something in them shifted. They began to call him master, not from fear, but from reverence. "Do you regret it?" Lyra asked him later that night. "No," Aaron said, "but I hate how many watched and did nothing." "The clans are shifting," she said. "They only move for power, never principle." "Then let them watch again," he replied. "I won't stop standing for those who can't." The next morning, when Aaron stepped into the training ground, all 12 wives were there, kneeling, waiting, armed. "Teach us," one said, "not just how to fight, but how to see." And he did. From that day forward, the legend of the man who defied a gladiator for the sake of an elder spread like wildfire, not just for the act, but for what came after. 12 women, feared across systems, warlords in their own right, and yet they followed him not out of conquest, but choice. And every time one of them whispered master, it was a reminder he had earned it